Last week, we finished the outside of our RV renovation, and today we're tackling the final touches. So the paint inside is all dried up, and now I'm going to go ahead and glue in the flooring. Now that we just tackled the flooring, it is time to show you the inside. But first, there's one thing that I need to do. And sorry in advance for the AC noise because it is 89 degrees out and we definitely need it running. Up front, we did decide to keep the bed in place. There's no mattress in here right now, but this right here is a sheet that we tuck underneath of this wood piece. But this right here used to just be like a piece of plywood or whatever. And this lifts up to underneath of our bed, but decided to staple in some foam, and then the sheet just goes on top, and then on top of that sits the mattress. We have plenty of storage space up above the bed as well as alongside the bed, and our egress windows right here. But we did need to add a spot for sitting or even an extra person. Unfortunately, the width here inside the camper is not really wide enough to put a trifold sofa here against the wall and have it fold out. We're like literally like 2 inches shy of it working. So we'll keep an eye out for something in the future. But for now, I went ahead and ordered a twin mattress frame on Amazon and it just arrived. This right here is the frame, and I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. Just like that, it's magic. So with that, I'll put a couple inch twin mattress and we'll put some pillows against the wall. It'll make a couch in the day and a bed at night. Now, as far as space goes, it's actually pretty nice to walk through here. So you got a lot of room, still plenty of room to open the cabinets, and it's not going to interfere with the mattress because the mattress is as wide as the frame is. Oops. And I forgot that. That has to lock in place. That wouldn't have been good. I also got these little things on Amazon. They're like a little rubber stopper for like a stool. And we'll be sticking them under the legs like that so that the frame will stay in place on a travel day. Now, something that we just did recently that I completely forgot to even tell you guys about was the old window shades. So there used to be a valance here, and these little pieces would screw in to the side. This actual like little rectangle box that's sitting upright used to be sitting sideways on the wall. And so what we did is we took the valance off and we ended up having this little gap underneath. So we decided to just screw it straight up into the bottom of that board, and it actually looks pretty modern now. Now for the bathroom, we kept it so simple that we didn't touch a thing except for the shower head that had cracked from the sun. Now for the bathroom door, we did add a few things, which was this little hook, and we also added a little shoe cabinet thing that hangs on the back of the door. With this renovation coming to an end, we have installed a lot of products and done a lot of upgrades. And the one that we love the absolute most is RV Snap Jacks from RV Snap Pads. The reason we love them so much is that they just make the RV super stable. We have these Snap Jacks, which are for scissor jacks, but they also make ones for hydraulic jacks on fifth wheels and motorhomes. These are a permanent jack pad, so once you put them on, you don't have to take them off. And they have a rubber pad that prevents the metal jack from scraping concrete, which some RV resorts and campgrounds actually require that you have something like that. And with the wide base, you can have a super stable setup without having to bring a bunch of blocks with you. If you have an interest in picking up some of these for your RV, I'll put a link in the description as well as a QR code right here. And if you use the discount code RVTalk, you can save 10% on your order. Now I know there's no mattresses and decorations and it doesn't look super pretty right now, but in the future you will see more of that as we travel. Speaking of travel, you guys are going to want to stick around for next Friday at 7 o'clock because that is the beginning of our weekly travel content. We are hitting the road and we are bringing you brand new RV travel content every single Friday. So thanks guys for sticking with me and watching the renovation series, watching all the RV tours that I've done over the past, I guess 2 years. But it's time for some change, and I am ready to hit the road and take you guys on adventures and show you the ups and downs of RV travel. Now, for those of you who subscribed from RV tours and RV show content, I'd really hope that you'd also consider sticking around, because we will be heading to some RV shows every now and then where I will be going live touring RVs. And yes, we are going to be at the Florida RV show in January, and it is going to be a really big live stream. So the result of this whole entire thing is that we were almost having to either just scrap the camper, get rid of the camper, or pay almost $20,000 to get it fixed for it to possibly break again. So the fact that we were able to do something like this is really cool, and we did it for less than $1,000 versus $20,000. Let me know down in the comments below whether or not you guys would have even done this. Do you have suggestions on more stuff we could do in the future? Let me know down there. And until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you next Friday as we hit the road.